Okay,
Clear. Weapons detected.
this is
All
a
weapons will be locked
test
until the target.
video and
All clear. Welcome, Sam
like
Portbridges.
how I'm gonna try to do this from now on. I'm gonna use YouTube uh, as my own way of, I guess, recording my mental thoughts since I can't really have friends at a disposal constantly. That would just help me. So, what I wanted to talk about in this, I guess, first try of a video is that for a long time I've always felt like I'm alone and that I never really had any friends. This was mostly caused due to me pointing out the bullshit some people were on during their, well, not existences. I would be acting way too emo for that. But like a lot of big part of people are mean and generally just evil for the sake of being evil. They only think about themselves, and I frankly think that's very selfish. So I always like to point out their bullshit just to get my point across as a kid. I mean, I'm still a child and nothing really changed, but like, I always wanted to prove a point because I always saw that injustice. I was always angry because that injustice was enacted to me, and I also did it for a while because when sometimes I really couldn't get my feelings under control. I mean, not sometimes, a lot of times I had a massive, not massive, but like I had problems with also figuring out what the fuck I want from myself my whole life. So, uh, I guess what I'm trying to say is the bullying that it was inflicted on me, I also inflicted it back just because my own feelings were hurt. I never really got that, I guess, chance to, at that time, that chance to be a strong person. I was always weak. I was always, since I've known myself, I've been going to the gym, I've been doing a lot of stuff to improve, just so I can be stronger because I'm afraid. I'm afraid of being bullied again. I'm afraid of not being strong enough to protect the people I like and such stuff. I think it's pretty understandable what I'm trying to say, but I still feel alone for a lot of the time. I feel alone because I guess not as many people think as me. A lot of people just drown in their addictions, sorrows, and trauma because they cannot, because realizing that the world isn't all sunshine and rainbows and they also have to become good people is hard for them. I never understood it. I always try to become better since I've known myself. Of course, I also had my fair share of confusions. I also had times that I thought I was getting better, but I thought that I was doing was self-destructing or misusing my energy to become better for something else. Misusing my energy to become better to quite literally uh, 45 minutes I can do that. Sure, I think that's enough. Okay. But like all my life, I've only wanted to become a better person. Sometimes I couldn't be, I mean a lot of times I couldn't be that because well it's hard to figure out what's good and what's not due to your morals because you also have to account for the morals of other people, morals of everything. Because in my mind, good and evil are dictated by your morals. I mean, not in my mind. That's truth. That's the truth. Truth. However you say that, I can't speak that well. But I always thought of my morals as just and objective because Ever since I was a child, I always wanted equal rights. I always wanted peace between people, no matter your skin color, no matter what nationality you are. I never saw an issue with any of that. So it always was. So I could never truly fit in when anywhere. But I always assumed that I'm constantly righteous. People, multiple times I was told by my parents, by people who surround me, that just because I think my morals are right doesn't mean they are right. But I never understood that because I basically kept the same morals I had s- since childhood. I've just improved upon my way of expressing them. So I ask again, how do I make people into better people? Because I don't really like the world I'm living in. It hurts. I cannot be accepted anywhere. Nobody truly likes me. Almost. I have like two good friends. I had a girlfriend till recently, but she cheated on me. She now just calls me from time to time to try to butt in my life, try to hurt me. It never really gets to me because I only see her actions as childlike. If you have to prove to an ex-partner that you're better than them, you're not really better than them. If you have to prove something, you don't really have it. Unless you're like an attorney or something, if you have to prove there are crimes committed, then I guess prove. But like something personal, like if you want to, if you're constantly going out of your way that you are over your ex, that you are over somebody, that you are better than somebody, that you're stronger than somebody, the only thing that will ever happen in your whole adventure to prove that is proving that you're not over them. Because why should you care if you're better than somebody? Comparison is the thief of joy. Unfortunately, it is. I've dealt with comparison a lot. I was constantly compared to the point where I started comparing myself to people better than me only because I felt like that if I was not the best, I wasn't enough. And in my eyes, I'm never enough to anybody because I can always be better, and they don't see my potential, but I see it. Because I have a much bigger vision for society. I have a much bigger vision for the world I live in than almost anybody else I knew. And it kinda hurts to see that people don't wanna stand on my side because it hurts to be different. It's dangerous. It's dangerous to say your true opinion about something because social scrutiny will get you. Ooh. Why do I never understood why do people care so much about what other people think? I also did it. I also have wanted to prove that I'm better. I also wanted to say that I don't care, but like now I actually don't care. I don't care. People think I'm a cultist just because I don't believe in God. People think that I am the I am evil just because I again don't believe in God. I never understood why religion had such a big impact on people. It's only a tool used to control you. You should never take religion so seriously. It's annoying. It, it hurts me because of religion, which was obviously made to just control people through fear, is now getting used to kick people who think above it. I see myself as, I already said that, but like, I never understood why religion is such a big deal to people. I do not need a god to structure my morals. My morals are made not from a dubious being of dubious existence and questionable morals. An all-powerful being who knows what will happen if X and X aligns also lets that shit happen for the only way I could explain it is for shits and giggles. So yes, I never really liked religion. I always the only times I believed in God were the times where I thought that God was on my side, where God thought like me. But God in the Old Testament was the most evil, egotistical motherfucker you could ever know. But that's not the point. And this is more like about social acceptance and not being able to make friendships just because I'm I'm confused on how I should say it. But I guess not being able to be accepted into a society where people are too afraid to think for themselves. And now I feel like a nerd thinking that I'm above everybody when I mean I'm not saying I don't because a lot of people are
Beginning scan.
so stupid and so ignorant to their own
Clear. Weapons detected.
idiotic ways of living. It's crazy to me.
Thank you.
It's unironically pathetic because like why are you why do you try so hard to prove that a god exists just because you can't? I think that fuck you mean. I have it on me. Complete yes, confirm. Cargo. Uh wait. Confirm. Yes, okay. I think I focused on that. It doesn't matter. I just hated it. I always I have a resentment for such people because your fears of having to actually accept that you are a sinner and that you're an evil person prevent you from accepting other people who could help you accept yourself. I constantly tried. I constantly did my best to help people out, to make them understand that just because there is no God doesn't mean you shouldn't live. Just because you don't want children, just because you don't wanna follow the Ten Commandments or something, doesn't it doesn't mean anything. You know, it doesn't mean it doesn't just because there is no God doesn't mean you should now do kill yourself. You know, there's a way bigger reason to live except
Gain access to
for a
loading terminal for further
being of such stupid intent.
weapons restrictions lifted.
It pisses me off. It really does. Because religion always kicked me out from everywhere. I'm talking like a broken record here because I really want to get my point across. I just wanted to be loved. And whenever I try to be loved, to be respected, I only got kicked off more. And now I just don't give a shit anymore. I, I'm happy with that I'm alone now. I lost a girlfriend, I lost some friends, I cut off a big part of my family. I did a lot of things just so I could, in some way, protect my peace, I guess. In a weird way. Are you fucking kidding me? I really don't have. Motherfucker, that's me. I'm just gonna find. Like, social scrutiny, even though it hurt, it helped me become somebody need, who doesn't have a tribal mentality to grow. Like, I don't really need any more that. I don't really need to be accepted at this point. I stopped caring for that because the pain religion caused to me was too great. Not to range. Not to range, motherfucker. I have to learn from that. Okay, I know for next time. I already did this once. The game doesn't matter that much. What I'm trying to say does. Is I just hate society in general. I have grown a great resentment for it because the people that tried to share a bond with never could accept me because I was constantly different. Oh my god. You know, I'm so different. I should just be kicked out of social, generally like social gatherings. I was never accepted at any moment of my life anywhere, and I hate that. Nobody ever understood it. Nobody ever will. It's people are evil. As I all love to say that people are evil. People are just indescribably evil. They're not evil because they're not. People are not evil for the sake of being evil. People are evil because of a fear. They are afraid of accepting the painful truth that there might not be a God, and that's fine. Wasn't this the one I took? I think it is. Well, can't get any better than this, I guess. Like, I don't need a god. I never needed a god. And it always hurt when other people kicked me off because they couldn't accept their own sins. That was very mean of them. Yeah, like, very mean. Always hurt. Hurt a lot. My girl did not leave me because of a god, but she left me due to moral ambiguity, I guess. She predominantly left me because I did fuck up a few things during our relationship. I'm gonna be honest, I did hit her. I did not care for her emotionally at sometimes. I really wasn't a fully developed human being when I met her. I made a lot of mistakes I regret, but I cannot change them. I have to accept that my mistakes led to me here, but in some way I try to forgive myself because I also see her actions. She isn't. I always looked at her as a mother, I guess, as somehow a person who always guided me. She was always there to help me. She was always there to to care for me in a way, but I didn't realize it then. I was getting manipulated. I was I was being manipulated for her mental stability. She always wanted, I guess, I did that. I didn't do this. Can pickles? This, I guess. Let's go. But like, she could never accept me because, well, she was always. Not that she couldn't accept me, but she didn't want to grow. Never. It was way too hard. It was way too hard for her to accept that even though I made all the mistakes, that I can also point out her bullshit when it happens. She could never comprehend that. Even though yes, she was right a lot of the times about me and how I act and my mistakes, she was right. I was a child. I was acting childish, just like how she is acting right now. So, like, in a weird way, the student becomes the teacher, but the teacher is way too prideful and egotistical to let the student teach her in this case. And that hurts. It hurts because it means that a person who always helped me become better now didn't want to do that anymore. Not because I've wronged them, but because they've wronged me. And I wouldn't just accept such disrespect. She cheated on me. And she wished for me back. She kept lying that she didn't. But her going out with multiple guys a lot of the days we had a break while I was in the gym, just trying to become better, really hurt. So yes. I hate that. I just hate ignorant people. Like, I hate that people who can't eat their pride, people who can't swallow the pill of. What the fuck? Move. Wait. Did they steal from me? They didn't. Okay, I was afraid for a second. Okay, so to put my thoughts into words, I guess. Uh, Full reasonable words, because right now I understand. Hello, I'm back. My mic cut off for some reason, I don't know why. It doesn't matter. But like, to sum up all my emotions and how I feel, uh, I was hurt. I was hurt a lot. I was in confusion about my social acceptance between my relationships with this one girl I had. Uh, it's all very confusing now, but like, I was constantly angry. I was constantly pissed off. I was constantly mad. I always believed that the world owed me something, that the world had to give, that I always believed that because my morals were righteous, that I also had to be accepted by the world as somebody righteous too. But I could never be that. I was never accepted as such a person because the world is not righteous. The world is not righteous like I am. The world is full of wrongs. The world is full of evil people who don't do anything but just rot in their beds all day because it's hard to accept that you are evil. It's a very hard thing to accept. It's it's painfully hard to realize that I may not be all good as I think I am. I would know I was there. I couldn't accept myself either for the bullshit I did and the not sins. Whenever I say sins, the way I mean it is, I hate the word sins because it's used to describe a wronging against a god of some sort. Well, it never is that. Well, in my eyes, when I say sin, I always mean, motherfucker, I hit lock-in. Whenever I say sin, I almost always uh, whenever I say sin, I always mean a wronging against people's morals and my own. That's what I mean to say. Always, and I will stand by that. I will stand behind that. Since there's something you commit against your morals, not your gods, religion only took such a word to use people again. That's how I think. That's what I believe is true. I don't know for others how they think. But like that's my view of it. But that doesn't matter. I'm saying that because people couldn't accept themselves for who they were because they might be evil, because a lot of people cannot forgive themselves. A lot of people can't accept because it hurts. It's a painful thing. It hurts to say that you're wrong because it hurts your ego. And your ego is a very precious thing to a lot of people. I'm not saying I don't have it. I have it. I mean, you can hear it in my voice. You can hear my frustration. You can see that with the way I think that I am truly above, that I am superior to people. You see too that I am also egotistic in my own way. But my ego isn't hurt. My ego isn't hurt by such stupid things as having to accept that I fucked up something. I fucked up a lot of things. My whole life is a fuck up, probably. I make mistakes every day. I hurt an unbelievable amount of people. I am a no better person than whoever might be watching this. I am evil too, in my own way. I'm an evil person also. Don't misinterpret it. I'm evil, but I can accept that. I can accept that even though I fuck up things
New order
from
available.
day to day,
Please
that
access
I
delivery
am
terminal for further
not the best, that I am also selfish, I can still, I guess in a way, I can still accept myself for that. I can accept myself for the person that I was. The guy who constantly hurt his girl with the words he used. I can accept myself for the guy who used his friends only for his own selfish benefit. I will admit every single one of my wrongdoings, and I will not regret any of them because regretting, because I was about to say regretting them may I did not cook when I did not think when I was saying that. What I meant to say was if you went to the past to change all your mistakes, you wouldn't be you. Now would you? You wouldn't. Of course you wouldn't. Because why would you be that? Why would you be somebody who why would you change yourself? If you don't go through pain, if you don't go through hurt, are you truly becoming better? I think not. I think that what makes a person is suffering. I really believe that suffering does build character. You cannot be you without what hurt. You cannot be you without negative emotions. I have my mind is not clear as you can see. When I'm talking I realize that a lot. I mean you can hear it in my words. I'm aware of it. My mind is not clear. It's clouded with anger, resentment and frustration against people who wronged me. I'm I'm angry. I'm pissed off. I'm furious. I'm furious at at people. I'm furious at society itself. It hurt me. Society made me. Society hurt me. I was angry. It gave me unnecessary pain. All of my suffering could have not been caused. All of this could have been a way easier solution if it makes sense. I think that the world owes me an apology because it hurt me. But it never will apologize. There is no point. The world doesn't care. I'm matter. I'm matter, but I don't matter. That's the dark truth, I guess. I'm matter, but I don't matter, and I really wanna sing the fucking song right now, but I forgot the lyrics. I'm matter, but I don't matter. I came from a skull shadow from the dome shattered by gray spatter on the wall. Fuck. Brain spatter, gray stains on the wall won't dissolve. I have to clean it off. Bars. This video is ass. I'm not gonna release this.